He had such a good rapport with us, and we only had him for a short time. And the relationship that was built up between his students and himself is fantastic. And by the end of it, it felt like you could ask him anything. He wouldn't judge you about anything. And he was just one of those people that you felt like you could actually talk to, even though you didn't know him that well, really.
There were some topics which we found slightly more difficult, but he was always really patient, and he would always return to stuff kind of every day to make sure we understand. And he would never like lose his temper or get impatient. He would always be willing to help, always be willing to go back to something. And it's just the fact that he would do this every single morning at 8 a.m. before he started his own work.
He would deserve this award because he really takes the time to make a very clear and interesting course. He puts forward a lot of motivation when he speaks. He takes the time to answer people's questions very thoroughly. He encourages people to take an interest, and he shows not only the detail of his work but also the broader application.
I would like to nominate Tim Simpson because he makes the course far more engaging, interesting, and makes learning a lot more enjoyable. He engages with people. He's one of the few lecturers who makes the effort to know a few people's names and get to know people, and I think that his way of making things more personal and more humorous and just generally more engaging are definitely really good.
I feel that he's made my university experience better than I could have imagined, because whenever he's teaching, he makes sure that everyone knows exactly what they're learning, how we're going to do that, and most importantly, why. The effort that Steve puts in is really visible in the quality of his work and teaching, and I think everyone on the course really agrees with that.
I nominated Liam because I work as an undergraduate teaching assistant with him, so I sort of see what he does behind the scenes to really get all the students to understand and get into the subject. And also I took the same course as the one I'm teaching with now when I was in first year, and I do really see that he's done a lot to improve everything. So he really listens to what the students want, and he adapts his courses accordingly.
Professor Madden's a really great teacher. He explains really well, and he speaks slowly and clearly, and he lets us ask questions and interact in class. And he also he puts a lot of effort into preparing the classes, and he makes videos for us to watch beforehand or after, supplementary material. And it's a really nice course.
Very approachable during the end of lectures. So every time I have a question, I don't feel ashamed of going to the front of a class and asking her directly. She's very helpful and concise in her answers, keeping them short and sweet. She's enthusiastic about thermodynamics, and it really shows off in the way she lectures.
The reason that I'm nominating her is because I was never bored in that class. You'd walk into that class, you'd sit down, and you would hold on, and that hour would go by without you even realizing it. She's enthusiastic, she has so much energy, and it was just a really interesting and fun class.